He can be in there, the more opportunities he gets, the more comfortable he's feeling. You know what I mean? So I think he's coming around, man. I can't give him enough reps, so I'm going to try to do that and get him a few more as we move forward.
He's been having to go back, and yesterday I guess he's still limited.
Yeah, he's still limited a little bit, but you know, it's good having him back out there and getting a chance to move around and you know, those guys see him and they feel good about it. The line sees it, feels good about it. So we're excited to have him back out there.
And Dijon, what has he carried over from the spring?
He's still getting better with the run game stuff. Pass game has been really good. I think that part of it, he's got that down pretty good. And then run game wise, we just got to get back to kind of where we were at the end of the spring, I think. You know what I'm saying? We're working towards that end. But it looks like he's bringing a little bit more pop with him, which is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
Speaking of that, you guys got to be excited to get the pads on and his linebacker at least enough.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, those guys love to do that. You know, we got some really good running backs. To have the ability to tackle those guys, I mean, it'll make us better down the road. When it comes time to tackling guys that we have to tackle in the league, it's going to help us tremendously.
Behind Scooter, who's emerging at middle comeback?
You know, I played Jill back there a little bit. Hopefully he's going to be a guy that'll pick it up a little bit. I think, you know, certainly Josh Harris is a guy that, you know, we moved over there and he's going to give us hopefully give us some depth there. But those two guys are the guys that I'm looking at. And the reality is that it's kind of interchangeable now. Man. You can play him in each spot. So end of the day, it's going to be the best linebacker, whether he's a Will right now or Mike or whatever it is. So either one of those guys is going to be able to play him.
What do you guys have as inside linebackers? What do they have to do, like responsible for Elijah Jackson?
Well, in this defense, you know, obviously you got to be able to run and get on the edge and defeat blocks. Because you know, there's going to be times when those guys are going to have a chance to come off and get on you, and we got to be able to beat them and then be able to get back downhill and don't make those tackles in the backfield and those types of things. But I think the lateral movement is the key, man, because of what people are going to try to do to us. They're not going to try to pound themselves down inside.
Yeah,
they're try to get on the edges.
Every spot really
so we got to do a great job of getting on those edges.
Definitely, we're going to be able.
Grant Morgan seems like he's been running up with the ones and twos. What have you seen from him this spring that's allowed him to do that?
Well, he's a smart football player. I mean, he knows what to do. I think he's got really good instincts. He's tough, and he loves to play. So I think he's going to put himself in position if he continues to improve to be able to hopefully help us this year and then play a little bit. So I'm excited for him. I mean, I think for a guy like him, as much as he loves to play the game, man, it's going to be a good deal.
You mentioned wanting to see Scooter get better against the run. What specifically do you want to see him improve?
Just, I mean, I think, you know, we talk about getting on those edges, like I just mentioned, and we got to continue to work at getting on those edges and putting himself in position to go and make those tackles. I want to make them not necessarily on our side. I want to try to make some more over there. You know, what I mean, make them on their side of the line of scrimmage and that type of thing. So just from an attacking standpoint, and working downhill, that's what I'm talking about. And again, just getting back in the pads after a couple days, and he's working towards that end now. Obviously, at the end of spring, after 15 practices, this is exactly where it needs to be. So if we make the same progress that we made in the spring, I feel really good about it.
Vernon, I think I might have walked up on something. Dre, how's he doing physically?
Well, he's improving. You know what I mean? I think you want to make sure, I want to make sure, we want to make sure before we put him back out there we get interference. So had a little setback and not with the foot or anything. So we're just going to, I want to make sure that I got him for a season. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried so much. I mean, not that I'm not worried about practice. Don't get me wrong. We got to practice. We got to do all those things. But I want to make sure that he's good.
Setback like another injury.
I mean, he's just been a little sore, and so don't know if you guys have seen him out there or whatever the case may be. So we're just trying to make sure that he's 100 by the time he gets rolling.
Could you see him playing in the first game without scrimmage?
I don't know about that. I mean, because I don't think that's going to be the case. I mean, he'll be able to get into some scrimmages, and there's no doubt about that. So I don't think that's the case.
What kind of changes have you seen in Coach Rose now that he's the defensive coordinator?
Not a lot other than him making the calls. I mean, he is who he is, and I think he's a very thorough guy, and wants to make sure all the guys, all the T's are dotted and T's are crossed and I's are dotted, and does a great job with all that stuff. So no, not a big change at all, man. Other than the fact that he's up in front of the room, and I think it's going to be a great deal for us for sure.
But who's taking the most criticized?
Right now it's been Grant. Yeah, he's going with the first bunch a little bit. And, I'm working D in there as well. Kyrie Fisher is on this side as well. So right now it's kind of by the committee, and with Grant taking most of them, and I'm working those other two guys, man. And again, however it shakes down, the guys that end up, whoever it is that gives us the best opportunity to win, I'll put them wherever they need to be. You know what I mean? They're in a starting point right now, but could the guy that's the first, second wheel could be the second mic tomorrow, or whatever the case may be. So that's kind of still just a work in progress.
You mentioned earlier Kyrie showed up.
Well, I mean, we talked about where I wanted him to be when he got back, and he was a little heavier than I wanted him to be. Whether that's made a difference or not, to me, it probably has a little bit, but he's a young guy and he's still got to figure it out. So, again, that's still a work in progress there.
As far as attitude goes, these guys still have the memory of the end of last season. How have they been motivated?
Well, I think certainly the young guys, the older guys that went through it, they still kind of carry that a little bit, and it's kind of a not the best way to finish. You know what I'm saying? And I think everybody kind of feels that, and they don't want that to happen again. So sometimes you have to go through some of that stuff, and you learn from it, and you keep it in your back pocket, and hopefully when we find ourselves in that situation again, the outcome may be a little different.
I know if Gray played last year, he very well could be a preseason all-conference guy, but the fact of the matter is, on the SEC media days, Arkansas didn't have any all-conference guys on defense. How do you feel about this?
Well, I mean, who played well enough? You know what I'm saying? I mean, who played well enough, and who's back that's done that. So at the end of the day, like we talked about everything, you learn everything. So it's not about where you are right now. Let's see where the season goes and how guys play, and let that speak for what's going to happen at the end of the season when they do actually say, okay, these are guys that are top guys in the SEC. So it's all in front of you. There's nobody that's already there. So I think it's wide open. I think we have some guys that will learn.
Does that something you feel like you guys can use as a motivating factor, or that players might see as a motivating factor here?
Well, I mean, there's no doubt about that. In some people's minds, in some guys' minds, yeah, for sure. I didn't know that there were none, because I don't care about that, but I'm sure they do. And so from that standpoint, hopefully it will maybe motivate them to play that much harder, or whatever the case may be. And in turn will help us be a better football team.
Yeah, Paul was saying the team doesn't really have any stars right now. I mean, there's some players going to be stars like Dre or JG or whatever. But he was saying the main thing is you got to play.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you guys are doing pretty good defense, even if you don't have the acknowledged star power right now?
Absolutely. It's about playing as one. It's about playing extremely hard when you get when we're out there, and that makes up for a lot of stuff. That makes up for not necessarily maybe having that big time player, whoever it is. And that's not to say that we don't have that guy, because once the season gets going and the lights come on, we'll see where that whole thing goes.
You look at Jamario's injury that Coach talked about yesterday. With the linebackers, it seemed to be a trend. Is that more of a bad luck, or is that something that's just been going on?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's hard to tell. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's bad luck or not. I mean, shoot. I mean, I think it's hard to tell about injuries and where those things come from and why they happen and things like that. But it's a physical position, obviously, and so there's a pretty good chance, man, that things could happen. So I don't know if it's. I think it's just the nature of the beast, quite frankly.